Another day on CNN, another Hitler.
Oh, God.
Think about the despicable people we've had in history. Okay, now I'm going to use an extreme example. Think about Hitler. If you could look back in history, would you say, well, I'm so glad that that person was allowed a platform so that they could spread their hate and propaganda and lies? Or would you say it probably wasn't the right thing to do to spread that because you knew in the moment that that was a bad person and they were doing bad things? Not only were they hurting people, they were killing people.
Comparing anything to an extreme like a Hitler weakens the argument.
Well, I think it gives
because
you a clear
are now
example.
Taking a guy who says things you don't like and comparing him to a genocidal maniac.
I'm not comparing him to that. I'm comparing the way you would cover someone who is a I know,
but I'm saying it's creating a false standard.
They're the best. Here's a tip, CNN. When an anchor says, I'm about to use an extreme example, cut to a commercial, because something idiotic is about to be said, and a warning doesn't excuse the idiot. But if CNN cut to commercial before every stupid thing, all they'd have is commercials. CNN, commercials, no news. Also, is this crap news or commentary? They don't even know. I do. It's emotion masked as thoughtfulness, hyperbole pretending to be thought. This after AOC called holding centers at the border concentration camps, the same ones, used by Fonzie back when everything was cool. Hitler or Holocaust comparisons is that patch of quicksand in the argument that every sensible person avoids, unless they're blinded by obsessional fury and work at CNN or Congress. You know what's worse? The media frantically protecting their far-left idols, lecturing the world on the finer distinctions between concentration and death camps. Because, at concentration camps, you didn't just die, you did other stuff, before you died. Right, Chris?
So here's the issue. Is she right in defining concentration camps? Yes, but do they have a feeling of usage stained with what happened with the Nazis and the genocide of the Jews? Yes, and that's why it is a great debate.
No, it's not a great debate. We all know what concentration camps mean. Many know it too well, having lost family to them. We don't need coffee shop socialists or CNN lecturing us on semantics. It mocks the magnitude of the Holocaust. But this is all just a dog whistle linking Hitler to Trump, which is, as CNN says, an extreme example. Which leads to a question: who knows more about anti-Semitism, CNN or Israel? It's a safe bet Israel does. They just named a town Trump Heights. Not Stupid Heights, which would have been a great name if CNN lived there. All right, Juan, Lemon did that great thing. When you should change it. What I'm about to say is extreme. That's when you should turn around. Turn the car around.
Okay.
You know what I mean? When your brain says that and you say that, you should say, whoa, I'm turning. Like, it's a sign to get off the exit.
I don't know. I think, just be cautious on TV, and especially cable TV. That's not our modus operandi.
Yeah, but we talked about this before, that the Hitler Holocaust comparisons.
No, on that point, I agree with you, because I think instead of having the better conversation, why does Trump lie so much? Why does he distort? Why is he
the greatest president in your lifetime?
Why does he engage in propagandistic acts? Instead, we're talking about the analogy and about Hitler.
Right.
And I don't think
that's all you have. That's all the left has. Because
I don't.
We're living in a golden age.
No, I don't believe
Much like his hair, Juan, is golden.
By the way, Nancy Pelosi agreed with you.
Yeah.
Today she said, this is stuff that the Republicans can use against Democrats in upcoming elections. So I think
Republicans pounce.
But I think Don Lemon and Cuomo were right when they say, propaganda, lies, distortion. It really is damaging to our society.
But I think Dana, the dangerous thing that Don Lemon is saying is that he's saying, I'm not comparing Trump to Hitler. He's comparing us to people who are complicit. He's saying anybody that is, it's like anybody who voted for Trump, anybody who tries to explain what Trump does is somehow guilty, much the way anybody who just allowed Hitler to proceed or give him a platform.
But here's the thing. Do you think he thought that through?
No.
Like what you just explained makes sense to me.
CNN, they're always in a hurry.
As you're starting to say that, like this is an extreme thing, I agree. But there's plenty of other things to have covered. And the precise issue she was talking about is the problem we have at the border. Mm-hmm. Even the New York Times editorial page last week begged the Democrats to do the right thing and vote for this emergency money that the executive branch has asked for, because they don't have enough resources to take care of people properly. They're trying to do the right thing while they wait for Congress to change laws, which I don't know if that's going to happen, but the least they could do is to provide more resources.
Yeah. Emily, I want you to say something extreme.
Okay. One of my biggest issues with this is the fact that it just shifts all the focus away from the real issue at hand, and instead it's on this faux celebrity figure, which is AOC. And then she comes out and says, well, the academic definition is this. That has absolutely no place in an argument when you bring up as a comparator concentration camps and World War II. We are so far past then parsing language. It's pretty sickening. I also point out that the left is so it's just ridiculous how much they treat people on the right. So did you guys see that New York Times article, the coverage of it, where they called AOC, they said one of her hallmarks is fighting for immigrant rights. And then they called Representative Cheney sharp-tongued. And if that had come from the mouth of a conservative and it was reversed, then that person would have been vilified.
Jesse, what are your thoughts on this?
I'm going to make an extreme analogy.
I'm
going to back the car
Let him do it.
I won't do
Let him do it.
I won't do it. The Nazi stuff is an obsession with the Democrats. It's lazy, it's ahistorical, it's cheap, and it speaks to the fact they can't convince people through logic and reason their arguments are effective. They've done this with climate change. It's the next World War II. Trump is Hitler, and now we're running concentration camps on the border. I remember just a few years ago when Dick Durbin, Illinois Democrat, said the Guantanamo guards, Americans, are like Nazis, and all hell broke loose. This was during the Iraq War, and he actually had to apologize, and not one single Democrat came and defended Dick Durbin. Now, you have not only CNN, but you have other Democrats rushing to defend AOC. It's almost like they've normalized these Nazi analogies, and Democrats should not be able to complain about this crisis at the border because they haven't lifted one finger to solve the problem. In fact, just last month, they tried to cap the bed space at the so-called concentration camps. The whole reason you have these camps to detain migrants is because the left didn't want them to separate families. So now you bring them together, and now they're concentration camps.
And now they want more beds at the camps.
Yeah, and it's crazy.
I see. And who created this problem? Oh, I see. Mr. Bully rhetoric. I'm going to shut him down. I'll show him.
Kids in cages
Trying
were
to
under
stop illegal
Obama.
immigration.
That was under Obama.
I think that the problem is there's no rule of law in the Central American countries. That's actually who we should blame.
Stop being so sensible, Dana. My goodness. You have no place on this show.
I can tell.
No, I'm kidding.